Today we're going to talk about how time management can in fact reduce stress. Firstly, time is by far your most valuable resources. Money, you can earn that back. Energy, you can have that again tomorrow. However, time is something you never get back. Now here's what's interesting. When you have time, you don't feel like it's a resource that really matters. However, think about how you treat your money. You probably have a way of investing it, a way of budgeting it, a way of thinking about how much there is based on it being a limited resource. However, you're probably not doing that as well or as much with time. And so today what I'd like to talk about is how it is that you can budget your time and really use time to your advantage using some brain-based tips that have been proven through the research to help you make sure that you're using your time wisely. So the number one tip that I have for you in terms of managing your time is this: don't start your day with email. I know it's so hard, and most of us do. You roll out of bed and it's the first thing that you're tempted to check is all of your notifications and all of your inboxes. See what you can do about not checking your emails first. The reason that I say this is what we notice is that the minute that you check emails first, you're actually allowing your inbox to rule your day, your time, and your energy. And so it will be very hard to say to anyone or anything in that inbox that you aren't going to deal with it, that you won't attend to it. So, first piece of advice, do not check email first in your day. Okay, the next piece of advice that's really worked well for high-performing people in terms of their time management is to check emails at certain or set times of day, but not continually. That is to say that you might lay out times in your day that you will go and check your emails or your inboxes, but you won't be constantly monitoring the inbox or the notifications that are coming through. The reason that this also helps with your time management is because you aren't just allowing absolutely anything to interrupt you. What we want is for you to have unrequited time where you can use that time to be productive and to work on the things that are of highest priority for you. If you allow your inbox to interrupt you at any moment, you won't be prioritizing your priorities first. Another tip to make sure that your time management is proper and that you are actually getting your time back is not to let other people set your priorities for you. A little bit like not allowing your inbox to constantly bombard you or interrupt you, allowing other people to come and interrupt you and ask for things or to tell you what to do, to some extent is unavoidable, especially in a corporate or office environment. However, if what you can do is set boundaries such that you're not just letting anybody and everybody tell you what to do, this will allow that you do get time back. This is especially hard to remember when you're young, but one of the things that you should consider when someone asks you to do something, don't think first about the energy or about the money. Think first about the time that that's going to take. It's in fact the last thing that comes most naturally to consider is how long is this task going to take me? However, if what you're doing when someone asks you something, think first about the time and then about the energy and money, this will really help with reclaiming time and putting time back into your day. Another tip to make sure that you are managing your time for you and you have time back is to say no to things. This isn't always possible. I realize that. And especially in a corporate or office environment, sometimes it can be really hard to tell your boss no. However, there are very many times, and I think when you start to practice doing this, you'll get better at it. And that's that if someone comes and asks you for something or asks you to do something or tries to give you work or delegate to you, there are times when you can plausibly and reasonably set the boundary to say no. And so one of my favorite pieces of advice from the psychological research is when you get an ask, sometimes just say no. Overall, things like not checking your email constantly, not checking your email first, not letting just anyone interrupt you and ask things from you is really about this tip, and that's to prioritize your own to-do list. what you need to get done, what you want to get done is important. And you should be messaging both to yourself and to other people that it is your first priority. It's especially easy to forget when you're early in your career or when you're particularly young in your office or in your work environment. But this is what I want you to do, is think about how you can prioritize your work, your to-do list first. If you think of it that way, you do reclaim not just opportunity, but time on your side. In the MBA, while it's not a very challenging degree, the challenge comes in the fact that there are volumes of work. Time management becomes a really critical skill that you need to learn in order to get through that degree. And one of the ways that I learned to do that, corroborated by the research, is that you need to set time limits for yourself with everything. It turns out, and the research shows, that if you give yourself 3 hours to do a task, it'll take 3 hours. But if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to see how much I can get done in the next half an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, what's amazing is that very many people will find a lot of what they needed to get done, if not all of what they needed to get done on a particular task, actually happens in that length of time. So that piece of advice is to set time limits for everything on your to-do list. Make sure that you are budgeting time just like you are budgeting energy, money, and other resources. My final and one of my favorite pieces of advice for time management and effective time management is to plan tomorrow tonight. What I mean by that is think of your full day, the schedule, your task list, what you want to get done, how you will budget your time. Think of how to do that tonight. And what's amazing is that during sleep, while you're actually sleeping, your subconscious brain goes to work on it already. And so by the time you wake up, you will actually have a much better and clearer view of how your day will proceed, what the logical order of things are, how long things should take, how much energy things are going to require, and you'll be psychologically prepared for your day. Your brain actually works throughout your dream states and throughout your sleep time to prepare you for what's to come. And so, if you put your day together tonight, you will actually have a much more productive day tomorrow. You will be better in terms of your budgeting of time, and you will get much more done in a much happier way. Thank you for watching today. I very much respect and appreciate your time. If you like this video and you'd like more like them, just click that bell and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.